I need the truth now. That is so NICCI.
What he's saying is I look like a bitch.
Whoa.
Nick, you made it clear when you were on a date with Alex that you like to date a lot of people. We later got a DM that you were in an open relationship. Is there a reason that you didn't disclose this earlier?
I should have been more upfront about it, and I'm sorry that I was.
But you know what? You kind of were.
Well, my last relationship, I was with a woman who was 7 years older than me.
One of our contestants, Brendan, declined our invitation to be here today. NICCI, you mentioned at the end of your date with Brendan that you would have kissed him. Did anything happen between you two? Good evening and welcome to Dating in the Modern Age Reunion Part 2. My name is Rosie Blair. I'm a plus-size fashion Instagrammer, and I also hang out on TikTok a little bit, but I am not young enough to do any of those dances. Over the past 10 weeks, friends and podcast co-hosts Alex and NICCI have been interviewing bachelors for one another, resulting in 3 one-on-one Zoom dates and 1 fan favorite date each. The lucky 6 who are selected are here today. Last week, you heard about the best and the most awkward moments. Tonight, we'll get a little deeper. Let's reintroduce our bachelors. Darius Y. from Euless, Texas, Nick G. from Chicago, Illinois, Bert F. from Annapolis, Maryland, Ito R. from St. Louis, Missouri. Adam A. had to cancel last minute, but we'll be recording some of his answers separately. And of course, our ladies, NICCI and Alex. The first question I have is for the guys. Did NICCI and Alex look how you expected them to?
I'd say Alex looked like I expected her to. Not that NICCI didn't. I just didn't go on the date with NICCI. But no, I mean, I saw her Instagram before the date, and she has a ton of followers, 1 million pictures. I felt like I had a pretty good idea of what she looked like. So.
Well, since NICCI and Alex are in the Swipe Fat podcast, and I've got Dating Kind of Sucks, my podcast, we were kind of podcast buddies already. I already knew who they were and what they looked like, so there was no surprise. Not that there should have been. They're two, beautiful people, beautiful women. I don't know. I didn't have any expectations one way or the other. I don't know who would have.
For me, Alex definitely didn't look like how I thought she would. She looked 10 times better, 1,000 times better. I stopped counting, but yeah, so that was a pleasant surprise.
You're making me blush.
I'm grossed out.
And for me, there were no real surprises. I had looked up Alex's Instagram. She looks exactly like in all her photos. There were no surprises there whatsoever.
Have any of you ever dated a plus-size woman before?
I have. What really attracts me to people is their personality, and if we have fun together and if there's a spark, they could be plus sized or 8 feet tall or any other type of person, and as long as there's a spark or connection, that's really what I'm looking for.
Yeah, same here. I agree that personality is really what draws me to someone more than anything else.
Yeah, I've dated women all shapes and sizes, and so yeah, doesn't really matter, that stuff. Just sort of, again, they're how we connect and stuff.
Does how someone answer that question affect how you feel about someone you're interested in?
We tend to ask for a resume sometimes, or want to ask for a resume if they claim that they've been with a fat woman before, because we've been told so many times, I've never been with a bigger girl.
I've definitely been on dates where I show up and there's a visible disappointment comes across their face, where it's they were like, oh, I didn't think that you were that fat or that big. And you're kind of well, I don't know how you wouldn't know that, but here we are. And then it's now I feel insanely uncomfortable because you're disinterested all of a sudden, even though we've had great conversations. You've seen what I look like. We had chemistry on the phone or via text or whatever. And now you've decided based on seeing me in person that you don't like me. Just seeing, not even actually having the date.
For the guys, does introducing someone plus size to your friends or family make you nervous? Do they have feelings about it?
I would say no. I've done it enough times at this point that everybody kind of knows you know, what my preference is, I guess, and like how I feel about dating and how I feel about, you know, matching with someone. So no, I wouldn't say that's an issue at all.
Well, first of all, I don't give a what my friends or family say about who I'm dating. Like, it's my choice to date whomever I want. But secondly, when I did tell people about the virtual dating experience and what I was going to be doing, I never even mentioned that they were plus size because that didn't even cross my mind. Like, I feel like even bringing it up in any sense is weird.
Yeah, I think at this point, you kind of have to just do what makes you happy and follow that. If you're like worried about what, you know, your cousins or uncles think, it's kind of like, well, you might have some other problems you have to deal with, you know, so.
We'll be right back on Dating in the Modern Age. Welcome back to Dating in the Modern Age. My next question is for NICCI and Alex. Did you have any fear or insecurities about coming onto the show?
I guess I've been accused of being a catfish before, even though I put very realistic photos of what I look like up. So, you know, that you still have some trauma of showing up to a first date, the nerves, and being that look of disappointment that she said. So I don't know. I think that kind of was, and then we didn't have any vetting process. So it's not like we were messaging with them beforehand. And so literally the first time we spoke with them is the first time they saw us in real life. So they didn't get any sense of our personality on top of it. I think that was a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was like a blind date almost, even though you know, like, kind of what they look like. But I got to talk to all of my suitors.
Have you watched yourself on the show? Why or why not?
Yeah, I watched myself. Initially, right before I was about to watch it, I was like, wow, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to like see myself? But when I watched, I didn't do as bad as I thought. So I was fine with it.
I watched the speed interview round and the dates episode. I like reality television shows. Like, I watched The Bachelor, all that stuff. And I want to watch one that I was in.
Yeah, kind of the same as Robert was saying. I watched myself, and at first you're like, I don't really want to, but then you're like, you know what? I looked all right. I think I did okay. So I think after that initial, just like, oh, that's me, it's pretty cool to see yourself.
I'll have to admit, I have not watched it yet, which I've been meaning to it, but I don't know. I've seen little like snippets that you guys posted, and I start seeing like all these like weird little tics that I do when I'm like talking, and it makes me like not want to watch it. But I think I need to get over that and watch it. But I guess I did okay, because I guess I got to have another date, and all these like, I started getting some new followers after my episodes aired. So I was like, well, I guess I didn't do so terribly that, you know, so that's a good sign, I think.
Yeah, Darius, I don't know why you're thumbs upping that, because I know all those girls were trying to get a date. The ladies were like, if you don't want to date Darius, I do. So
Yeah, it's like,
people were like, were they messaging you? No. You made a face.
ads. I'm like, okay, follower list. See you booming.
People were shooting their shot.
Shoot.
I'm not surprised. That's good.
What is this bromance between you and Darius? Like, should you guys go on a date now?
Hey, you're in Texas, right? Are you in Texas? Martha Hat.
I actually have all my family in Houston, so I think there's a Texas connection. I think
That's what it is. That's
good. You know, Southern hospitality.
You know.
You got some good vibes.
Appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
It's no secret that the narrator of our show, Harper, got a little sassy and did not hold back. Adam, I know you weren't thrilled with her saying that you looked like a Lord of the Rings fan. Is there anything else you think the audience missed or got wrong?
I'll just say real quick, I watched the first couple episodes that I wasn't in, and Harper was so mean to those people that I was scared to watch my own episode, partially for that reason. But she's very funny. I actually realized I followed her on TikTok like even before any of this. But yeah, she said some hurtful things to me, but you know, I got through it. I'm okay with it. They were funny.
All right, I'm going to be blunt here. That snarky voiceover that was third-rate writing that ended up actually reducing serious conversations and good connections into little sound bites was really poorly done. It cut off a lot of the context, and instead of having the engaging conversation between the two of us, it actually shorted into these little like one-line answers that made it sound like I came out of nowhere, or that she was just like staring at me instead of actually responding.
Nick, was there anything that stood out to you?
Let's see. There was the episode where she recapped the dates that Alex had been on already. She's said, so previously we saw Shy Guy Darius and Promiscuous Nick.
Over the last few weeks, Alex has gone out with Shy Guy Darius and Promiscuous Nick.
And at first I was like, what? Like, anyway, I looked at the definition of promiscuous. It is a good word. It's not like shaming, like calling me like some derogatory term. It's a descriptor. I put it in my story. It was like a photo of me and Nelly Furtado's song Promiscuous in the background. Got a lot of views and likes. So I was just shocked because after my episode, I didn't think I'd even be mentioned again.
Did any of your friends and family watch the show? Have any questions?
They sure did. There said, Nick, you were very much yourself. You like talked about like going on dates and all that. Like you weren't trying to be fake for the camera. I said, yeah, I didn't think so either. And the conversation about wanting kids versus not wanting kids came up.
Are you looking to do you want to have kids someday?
Oh, good question. No, I do not want to have children.
Okay.
It's a possible deal breaker because a lot of people are looking for children. I don't want that at all. And my parents, everyone I know was like, I can't believe that you talked about that. I said, yeah, well, if something comes up, like, no need to shy away from it. Like, better to be like, oh no, we disagree on this core thing than say, oh, I don't know, maybe in the future. And then like, after a few more dates, be like, no, I was just saying that, like, I've thought more about it. So like, for me, like, if something comes up on a first date, I just like, approach it and like, deal with it head on rather than like try to like.
Yeah, I'm glad you were honest. Like, I would rather you tell me up front than we waste our time.
I'm just sort of looking at everyone and I'm like, you know, I mean, we all seem like pretty different people. So it's kind of funny that we're like, I don't know, it's interesting. The one common thing that I've noticed is that we all have beards.
I think every guy had one, right? Just about.
Is this a thing?
The guy with the colored beard, that was rad.
All right, Adam.
So can you tell me about your beard? Like, what's going on with that beard?
Well, it was like 3 years ago. I had a girlfriend who had blue hair, and she was re-dyeing her hair, and I was like, you know, why don't I just do that with my beard? That'd be fun.
Yeah, I guess you all did have some stubble of some sort.
I love a beard.
Like that, or is that don't care?
Yeah, I do.
You like beards?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm into beards.
After the break, we talked to the guys about their future now that the season is over on dating in the modern age. Welcome back to Dating in the Modern Age. For all the guys, if you are no longer talking to NICCI or Alex, why or why not?
It just wasn't a match, and that's it. I'm open to being friends if she wants to be. If not, that's fine too. I do live here in your very same city, but whatever. No big deal either way.
I feel like in Alex and I's episode, we kind of like ended on a point of we had a good time together and it was fun, but we're kind of maybe looking for different things at these points in our lives. But apparently she sometimes comes to my super random city in Maryland, so maybe one day we'll hang out again.
I don't know. We've been DMing a little bit. So it's been nice to actually get to know you more outside of the context of a dating show. I don't know. It'd be nice to actually like meet in person. Maybe next time I'm up in Chicago.
If you follow through this time.
Yeah, I'll do a better job of that.
What did he not follow through on?
He came to Chicago and had an art show. He invited me, then told me to DM the gallery to set up an appointment, and I said no. So you came to Chicago.
Yeah.
You said like you should come if you want, and I said like I would, and then I asked about appointments, and you're like, oh yeah, just DM the gallery.
Right.
Yeah.
Because of COVID, you have to like schedule ahead of. You have to contact the gallery, and then they like.
But couldn't you have done that for me? Well, actually, I didn't say no. I just didn't respond to him. So.
That's out of his hands, though. I feel like.
What, to not get me an appointment, to DM the guy? He couldn't have gotten me an appointment. He was at the gallery.
He understands my position.
What, that you took zero initiative in the situation?
I took some initiative. I'm not totally zero, but like, I'd say 50% initiative. But no,
you're my show if you want to. And then when I said I'm gonna come with my friends, you're like, yeah, DM the gallery.
I don't know.
You were a featured artist. You could have gotten me a spot.
Yeah, I mean, very exclusive.
Still exclusive.
Yeah, no. What I should have done is like rented like a limo. Could have done like
Yeah.
The whole thing. No, but
you needed to roll out. You had to roll out the red carpet.
Right.
The red carpet.
Roll out the red carpet. Just say, hey, you should come at this time. I have a spot for you.
I don't know. I guess I was trying to be like play it cool and casual, but I guess it didn't quite work out. So
that's what Alex said.
Yeah, Alex, you're very smart.
That is what I said.
Yeah.
And I prefer when somebody shows a little interest and isn't as cool. I want to be the one who plays it cool.
Well, I'm coming up again soon, so maybe I'll.
Okay.
It'll happen this time. I feel it. It'll happen this time. Definitely.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
No problem. If I got to go with you and then get you there.
Yeah. I need support. I need my guys to.
We go on a double date.
Come on, bro. Do it.
Get some frozen.
Yeah. Get some frozen.
Get some frozen.
Yeah.
Darius, how is your and Alex's relationship?
Yeah, no, we're still DMing, pretty frequently. It's getting to like meme level, so you could say things are getting pretty sad,
You guys are sending memes to each other?
Yeah, well, GIFs and then.
Okay.
Do y'all say GIFs or GIFs? Is it GIFs? GIFs?
Whatever, doesn't matter.
Yeah,
wow.
I say, Hey.
You should share one in the chat. I'm just curious what.
I got you. We should get like a group chat going.
Okay, guys, I have one more question. Do you have any last takeaway? Anything that you've learned throughout this process?
I hate watching myself on camera. I'm an idiot and I'm awkward as. That's what I've taken away from it.
You're not awkward at all.
I would agree with that. I can listen to myself talk now, but I can't watch myself yet. So I'm working on that. But.
Well, then I'm a narcissist because I liked watching myself on TV.
Definitely being able to know that you can handle a new challenge or do something, try to step outside of your comfort level or your comfort zone and actually do kind of well at it and have people respond to you positively is pretty empowering and pretty exciting to be a part of.
Yeah, I would agree with that as well. Because if you told me I would be doing something like this a few months ago, I'd be like, no, definitely not. So, but it's all been good, It's all been mostly good feedback. So.
No, as I've said in the past, I have a podcast called Dating Kinda Sucks. It's all about dating, relationships, and sex, and how to be transparent and honest and genuine, and don't play games, and don't be shitty, don't be snarky. Just try to, put yourself in someone else's shoes, be empathetic, and things like that. This episode was fun to do, but I didn't learn anything new about myself. I've spent the last decade working on myself in that situation.
And for me, I learned that Zoom dates can really be fun. Like I've been on them before and they were just fine, but by pairing an activity with the dates, like I'd definitely do another cooking Zoom date in the future. That was a lot of fun and I hadn't even considered doing anything like that before.
I agree. It was definitely a fun experience. Not something I would have seen myself doing a few months ago, but yeah, it was great. And I don't hate myself on TV as much as I thought I would.
All in all, I had a great time, and I want to, thank Bespoke TV and thank NICCI and Alex for doing this and having me be a part of it. It was definitely a lot of fun, and I'm really glad I got to know both of them because they're really cool people, and so that right there is the benefit for me. So thank you very much.
On that note, it is time to bring this reunion to a close. Ito, Bert, Darius, Adam, and Nick, thank you so much for attending today. NICCI and Alex, thank you so much for being so vulnerable. We'll see y'all next season on Dating in the Modern Age.